Hello, everybody, and good evening. Thanks for your coming. I'm very happy to announce this talk. I'm your host, I'm the moderator. Our special guest, Chetwynd, is also here. He just made it, and his translator, Spartacus Chetwynd, is here as well. So
I'll try not to dominate.
No, you shouldn't. It's about Chetwynd, yeah? So we start with a short biography. It's like, it's really difficult. I mean, I don't think that anybody doesn't know you, but maybe it's good to know some keywords. Chetwynd, he's a carefree bachelor with an extravagant lifestyle. He also just made it right now to the art fair. He's renowned for his female companions. He always has a lot of girlfriends. He's incredibly charming and good looking, I think. Even for me, he's like very good looking.
Hang on. Can everyone hear Raphael?
I hope.
You really can. You can double microphones.
You also have one. And what a lot of people doesn't know is that that Chetwynd is also an art collector and an art connoisseur. So that was the reason that we have this talk. We will talk about art and about his collection. So, but I would like to first with some personal questions, because his lifestyle is so extravagant and interesting. So it was really difficult to find him on this planet. I could hardly make a connection with you. So where do you live?
Because, you can all hear me. Shall I move it away? Is it too near?
We don't hear Chetwynd.
The question is, where does he live? Thank you. The question is, where does Chetwynd live? And he's saying, a little bit disturbingly, that he doesn't want to be pinned down. He's a tax exile.
That's quite shocking. So, okay, I try another question. And who are you dating at the moment?
He says that he's just broken up with Barbara Streisand. I don't know if this is too public information. And that he's, I think it's Tracy Ullman.
Tracy Ullman, the comedian. Does he have...
Tracy Ullman. He first was attracted to her in Cookie's Fortune, the Woody Allen film, and he's been trying to date her ever since.
Is she also here tonight?
He has a satellite that's in orbit, and that he's quite possessive lover, so she's kept in the satellite.
Okay. Yeah, okay, let's go to some art questions, I think. So
I hope I'm not. Am I giving him enough? Am I giving you enough space?
So since when do you collect art?
He's passionate about the subject, so I think he could go on for a very long time. But it's 300 years, and he's got a really big collection.
And he has been at every Art Basel, or is it your first time?
He finds that Art Basel's the best, but he finds that he gets his hair caught on quite a lot of the collections. And once he's actually pulled the work from the wall, so he has a certain reputation in Basel.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you also buy from the secondary market or only primary market?
He likes ruining artists' careers. He finds it entertaining. And I think he'd only sell on the secondary market if he's making a profit.
That's interesting, yeah. What would you advise young collectors if they want to start collecting like me? What would you advise?
He's too competitive and he doesn't want to give anyone any help.
Okay, yeah. So, one of your assistants also prepared a nice PowerPoint presentation, so maybe we have some looks at the slides, and you can maybe tell us what we see.
He seems like he's in a bit of a bad mood. I don't know
I have
why.
the feeling too, but I try to
stressful.
not to be too much inflicted
Okay,
by
we
that.
just keep
so,
going.
So what do we see on this first? Yeah, everybody sees it.
It's beautiful.
Cousin
beautiful.
It, you see it also here.
It's a Molino. He's claiming, does everyone like Molino here? Enough. He's claiming that he helped Molino design some of his interiors to seduce the ladies that were in these photos. So it's very personal to him, this part of his collection.
Okay, okay. Next one. What do we see? Oh, you also collect. Yes.
Sorry,
What's
what's the
answer?
question? What was the question? Should I translate what Cousin It was saying?
What is it? It's
sorry,
jewelry.
this is part of, I don't know if, you know, everyone probably owns some of Dali's jewelry because it's so affordable, but this is the selection of Dali's jewelry that Cousin It is especially close to his heart. He wouldn't resell this.
But those are originals.
I'm
It's
sorry?
all fake?
No, they're
No.
they're original. Are
Okay.
they? I think if we insult him anymore, he might leave. So I think we better be careful. with
Okay,
that.
we try to continue fast. Oh, this is a Jeff Koons, yeah? I even know that. Do you know Jeff Koons personally? No?
What about Jeff Koons? He's bought it as just an investment.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, this is interesting. It looks almost like a portrait of yourself. Who made that?
Raphael. Okay, he was at Kusama's original freakouts in the 70s, and he claims that he had some paint smeared in his hair that he still hasn't managed to get out. But he really, really treasures the work, this one in particular.
Okay, yeah.
Is this interesting to anyone? You're okay?
No, they're all bored.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, this is too sexy for me. I can't. What's that?
What was the question?
What's that? What's that painting?
He's very sincere about fantasy art. He feels there's not enough fantasy art represented in the main art market. That he thinks that's slightly disproportional.
I have one question. What's wrong with everybody here?
Do you want me to translate?
No.
He just thinks that everyone's not interacting enough. He wants more kind of booing or hoorays for the actual
Cheering.
work.
We're
Like
also
an actual-
open to public questions. It's a very informal talk. What we have here.
Does anyone know Vallejo Boris in the audience? Someone's nodding at the back. What would you give the value to the work? Culturally.
Zero.
It's a zero.
We don't want to offend you. It's only the audience. It's like,
Okay, good. I think we should go. We should have
but
Raphael's
maybe that
question.
makes sense to have. I also have really tough questions. So
Okay.
maybe we go on with one of those. So, would you say that in the globalist system, capitalism system, visual art is a key currency or a lead currency? Because I think it's really interesting to the trade with relics in the Middle Ages. It's very comparable, and maybe it's, do we build a new church by buying, collecting, or contemporary art? Do you understand my question?
I can understand it's going to be difficult.
I know, probably that's a long translation.
Medieval relic, market economy, contemporary.
That's a tough one.
Okay, I can try. It's the idea that the insider trading within the art world is more a point of almost like religion, in that people give so much for the object to be the value it's meant to be, that they want it to be, that it could he thinks it could be relayed to the sales of religious relics from medieval times. I think that's what he's saying.
Good.
It's a form of investment by the dealer to the extent that they lose any kind of track that they've persuaded themselves to invest in this object, so that therefore it almost becomes like a self-perpetuating belief, like the belief in relics.
Good.
Is that an answer?
Well,
It's
enough.
too much.
Okay. Okay, we continue with some images. Oh,
We could ask the audience if they follow that point.
No, we don't.
Okay.
No, we don't. That's another. We
another
continue. Of course, a Richard Prince. Quite a macho.
He says that he's a big fan of Richard Prince, and that he really enjoys emailing.
With him. And he wants to be a cowboy, hasn't it, one time, maybe?
I'm sorry?
Was he a cowboy? Does he have a cowboy
Which
fantasy?
cowboy? What do we do?
Okay, that was a stupid question. We
Humor.
I don't.
It's not going good.
No, it's okay.
Okay, we see next. Iraqi.
I know that there's a story to the Iraqi collection that Cousin It has. Okay. I know that there's a story in that he's very, very personally touched by the story about, I don't know if I can, it's maybe too personal. I can't relate it.
It's too personal.
It could be too personal. There's a certain touchiness going on.
I'm really...
I don't know where the bon vivant bachelor's gone.
Do you think eating meat, is it a crime to eat meat?
It's not a crime to eat meat, but it's a crime to overeat. He thinks that obese people should be put down.
Okay. Next. What's that? That looks
That's
old.
It's
That
George
looks
Stubbs.
old.
George Stubbs.
George Stubbs. Liverpool.
The relevance of this painting is that Cousin It has a real relationship with George Stubbs. He's followed his art, and he's been to the sources of where they're in situ now in Liverpool, in the Walker Gallery, and he really, really has a lot of respect for George Stubbs' innovative etchings of early anatomy. Like, he was very innovative in that he skinned animals and made etchings of the detailed anatomy, and it was very seen to be heretical at the time.
Okay.
It's quite a serious connection. I do wonder if other collectors have this much connection with their collections.
Yeah, most of them collect since 3 years. No? So, okay.
It's 300
Let's-
years, you're right. Do you think we should just ignore Cousin It?
I think it's a bit boring, and I
Oh.
don't feel very. Don't translate that, please. Don't do that. Yeah, I see you team up here against me. Yeah. Okay.
Have we reached the end of our questions?
No.
No.
No, another really tough one.
Oh.
I really want to. Okay, Tobias Meyer, I don't know if you know him, he's the chief auctioneer of one of these main auction houses.
Oh my
he
God, this
said
sounds
he made a
hard.
real statement that he said the most expensive works are also the best. So I think we realize with such a statement that there is a relationship between the symbolic and the market value. What do you think about that? Is it correct?
I meant
Is
to
that-
translate that.
Yes, of course. That's your job. You get paid for that.
What's his name again?
Tobias Meyer.
Tobias
Meyer.
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 Tobias
It
Meyer.
doesn't matter.
Can you ask that to someone in the audience?
Oh, hello, Tobias. It's so nice to have you here.
It's like torture. It's a really technical question about whether symbolic
And market. Symbolic value, market
and whether
value.
the market
Are they
dictates the
equal
symbolic.
or not?
And whether one of them leads the other.
Okay, we go on to the next slide.
Does-
It's blank.
I feel that cousin it was meant to comment. He's saying that he's showing his age and he's feeling a little bit like that his relevance is infinite and ongoing and his collection will last for the fact that he has so much wealth that it's irrelevant to the market or any of your comments.
Okay. Okay. We have a blank slide, or is this an error? No, that's.
I can have a sip
What's
of
that?
water.
The blank one.
I don't know. Oh no, the blank one's the Antonin Artaud.
That's
Antonin.
Anthony Artaud.
Mm.
It's a sound piece.
Have you
What
tried
is
the
it?
sip of water yet?
I don't know. Okay.
Is anyone enjoying our torturous translation?
No, it's so boring.
How are we doing for time?
We're doing well. We have 10 more minutes.
Let's pick on the audience. Let's pick on the audience before they all run away.
Oh,
The
look,
doors
they're
are locked.
leaving
There's a
us.
question.
We have one question.
Shipping to the satellite.
That's an interesting
There's
one.
a cargo a spaceship goes out. I think I can ask. He doesn't store the work in the satellite. It's in a huge warehouse in the outback in Australia, and he only employs Aboriginal Australians to handle the works.
Is it near the Ayers Rock?
He appreciates the question.
Okay.
I think there's a level where he's very sincere about Aboriginal rights, and they have sensitivity of handling his art. It's almost, you could call it racist. He only wants to work with them. Can we torture any other member of the audience? Heike looks highly tortured. Can we ask Heike the really tough cookie art questions?
We already did that.
Okay, not going to share them.
No, we're done.
Heike, what do you think of Cousinet's collection? Random.
Here is the microphone.
The question was, do you have any conceptual...
Wait, let's have a comment.
Any
we have a-
conceptual or
can't-
intellectual interest? Is it just about sex?
Did you hear this? Is it?
Murders even sex on
He has an IQ of 300, and he feels that his animal magnetism is more dominant than the intellectual. So you could be right.
I see that's a portrait of Mary Wigman.
Which was
This one we have at the moment.
Yes.
Mary Wigman, the
Yes.
dancer,
by Emil Nold.
by Emil Nolde.
Any?
Is there any sexual backstory in this? No?
Perhaps.
Could you ask him, please? It's your job.
He's commenting that he did have a relationship and he enjoys the emotion that he sees in the watercolor.
Okay.
Oh, such
The
a good
last
work, such a good work.
That looks like a land art piece to me.
How does
What
this
is-
relate to the sexuality?
I don't know. We asked cousin.
Did,
What do we see about sexuality? What? Sexuality? What is it?
Agnes Deans?
Agnes Deans?
Means?
He says he has all of the wheat made into different products, such as kind of chewy bars, and he's selling them as a secondary market. On the secondary market.
So he bought this land art piece and turned it into products. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think we're going to the end finally. It was a
I think
very
we should ask another question to the audience.
Do we have
We've
another?
got an awful audience
Otherwise,
here.
I don't see anyone.
They're really intelligent
No.
and worth
They
questioning.
look all bored.
Ask one, what's the question?
Okay, I have some more very fast questions. I only
Okay.
want a yes or no.
Okay.
Okay. Will technology make or break us?
It will make us. It's a positive. It will make us.
Okay. Do you think a single event can have infinitely many interpretations?
A single event can have. Yes, obviously, history's
Okay.
interpreted.
Do you think a positive attitude means all the difference in the world?
Positive attitude? It's like, yes, definitely.
Do you have to protect yourself from what you want?
Everything ends in tragedy.
Oh. Okay, what will you do after our Basel? My final question. He
says he's got some sort of commission for an artist that involves dazzle paint, and I think it's a huge, I can't really understand, it's either a boat or a satellite or a ship. And would you recognize who the artist is? Would you recognize?
It a boat?
It's a baby. I think it's a satellite.
It's a satellite. Okay.
So he's gonna, and he's quite mysterious about it, but he's got a big
Do you
artist
invite
commission.
any curators to that trip?
Creators. Why don't we ask, can we get some of the audience to ask questions, please? Mercy. Does anyone please have a question? Nothing.
Doesn't seem,
No
but I
one.
think time is up. We have to go.
We can run away. Can't we have no
We
questions?
have to go.
Yes, there's one, there's one. Shall I go? Oh. Oh.
Go and give her a hug.
Oh, amazing.
Okay, I'm
It
not
just-
needed
just-
anymore
But
here.
it just
I
goes
can
to
leave.
prove what an alienating world it is.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Thank you very much for all your coming.
Thank you.
See you next year.
I'm definitely coming to get you. You're right.
Oh,
Get your
touchy.
hand down the stairs.
Go.
Let's give you a hand. Brilliant. Oh, looking good.
He's scared of getting...
Okay, here's the edge. Do you want to wave goodbye to them? No. Give a fart. Oh my god. Bye-bye.